she has equally been so valuable to us. We get calls all the time from partnering DMOs all over the United States. How did you find Jamie? You guys are spearheading and leading the way on accessibility, and we commend you. So we couldn't do that without Jamie and her expertise, and thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to talk some research, but some fun research. Next time, I'm going to take Patrick's slides so I can do videos and campaign cool stuff. But research is, I love it. I work a lot on it, so I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little highlight. So we just received our 20 economic impact, and you can see after 10 years, it was one of the lowest visitor spending years. But after what Santiago said, I think it will be the last for many more years to come. We wanted to make sure that we surveyed last year just so we had a good benchmark of what COVID did to us as an economy, as a tourism destination, all of that. So you can kind of see some numbers here. We fell by almost half in visitor spending from 2.9 in 2020. It was 4.5 in 2019. The hotel sector revenue fell 452 million in 2020 from 756 million in 2019. The full report is on our website, visitampabay.com/research. Take a look. This is just that summary page, so then it kind of goes into detail. But more importantly, I wanted to focus on the economic impacts of tourism and what all of us do in this room to affect Hillsborough County. And we forget that visitor spending has indirect and induced effects, right? So here you can see direct spending from a visitor: accommodation, food and beverage, retail, entertainment, local transportation, air transportation. Indirect, supply chain, business to business, goods and services. Induced, what our employees are then out spending because they're employed because of our visitors that are here experiencing destination. And then total impact: sales, income, jobs, and tax revenue. So again, big picture, tourism is an economic impact driver to Hillsborough County. Thank you all. We couldn't do it without all of our partnerships in this room. So I just wanted to remind everyone of that. It also goes into the business impacts by industry, right? So food and beverage is number one, visitor spending, direct. Recreation, entertainment, lodging, fire, also very high on the list. That's finance, insurance, and real estate. Very important things that we might not think visitors impact. And I wanted to read this paragraph specifically. While the majority of sales are industries directly serving visitors, significant benefits accrue in sectors like finance, insurance, and real estate from selling tourism businesses and employees. So a reminder, what we do is so important to Hillsborough County and the economy here. Quickly, I wanted to highlight some of our partners. I think Roberto's here with Blind Tiger. And some of us may have heard the weekend, but 150 frontline staff meals here during Super Bowl. How everything that we're doing as a destination, bringing in events, is impacting both big and small businesses. I think Adam, our VP of sales, was telling me about how Coca-Cola was contacting hotels to make sure they had enough product when big events come in. So, it's a trickle-down effect, and I'm so grateful that we've been able to stay open. Research tools. So Visit Tampa Bay really prides themselves on our research tools. We make decisions from conventions to bring in and what that economic impact looks like to our media buying using research, right? We're able to pivot, we're able to change based on what our research is telling us. So these are some of the tools that we use. The one I want to focus on quickly is Zartico. That's a new partnership that we've had for about 2 years, and they perform two functions for us. The first is they have a dashboard where all of these different vendors' inputs come in and kind of spit it out in a digestible form that then we can present to our stakeholders, which has been nice. They have year over year. We can measure up time frames. We can look at all different types of impacts. So that's the first use that we're using our Zartico partner for, which has been extremely helpful because in the past, I'm looking at raw data, I'm pulling Excel sheets, it's just a nightmare, and I don't have comparison. And a lot of these vendors kind of report on the same thing, so it also gives us a gut check, like what's real, what's not, things like that. The second use that we're currently using Zartico for is to track visitor patterns and behaviors. So I want to show you two quick case studies. The first one, this is based off of the Elks citywide convention that was here a couple weeks ago. So we're able to look at all POIs, points of interest, for convention attendees. So you can see here the top hotels and accommodations that these attendees went to. Here, the blue is in-state visitors, overnight visitors. We have to quantify them, overnight visitors. The out-of-state visitors in orange, you can see where they went and what hotel they went to. And it makes sense that the blue visitors stayed further out. Again, another example of how this citywide impacted the entire county, right? Not everybody stayed downtown. So you can see here, obviously the blue, they probably have a car. They live in Florida. They just are an overnight visitor here to Hillsborough County. So this is interesting. We got to see where all of these ELK attendees stayed. This was visitation to accommodations, excuse me. And then retail, right? So I can also see what they're doing while they're here. It helps us make decisions on how we talk to them when they're here, when we're pre-promoting, post-promoting, things that they want to do while they're here, talking up our partners. You can see that this particular one's on shopping. So our blue, our in-state overnight visitors, and our orange state went from the kind of downtown footprint to West Shore Plaza, Central Ybor, Hyde Park Village. Again, helps us quantify what our visitors are doing while they're in market. Nightlife. I think they had an event with Cigar City, so you can see here the full group going over to Cigar City Brewing, Cigar City Mead, what they're doing there. We also track credit card data. I can see how much they spent when they went to that partner. This is the other case study. This is based on the airport. So we wanted to take a look at all inbound flights and where they go once they land at Tampa International Airport. So this is, and within the platform, each dot you can click on, and you can find out what that location is, how long they stayed there, how many people went there. So it's much more interactive. I apologize for the screenshots. It's a little bit hard. But then this is what pops out, right? So top POIs from inbound traffic of overnight visitors into Tampa International Airport. These are all of the things that they did, and then the top categories, for activities that they did once they landed here. This is just screenshots. We have in-state visitor, overnight visitors, out-of-state visitors. Kind of they populate in different colors. And then this is a time-lapse video, so we're actually watching them in real time. This is for the whole month of June, move about Hillsborough County. So these are all the visitors that came into the airport and where they went. And then it spits out, it can generate reports on what they were doing. So it's really cool stuff, creepy Big Brother research. But I guess my point is that if there's partners in here that want me to help pull some data, we can certainly do that. We're currently working with Mary Beth in the Riverwalk and putting together a platform for her so she can really find out the behavior of her customers, what they look like, what they're doing, where else they're going. So I'm happy to talk to anybody about that. And that's kind of our research platform. So if you have any questions, let me know.